So, Valteri is a national centre for learning support operating under the Finnish National Agency for Education. We provide multidisciplinary support for children's and youth's learning across Finland. And our multidisciplinary staff works as a partner to find ways to bring the right kind of support into the everyday life of everyone in need. Valteri's services complement municipal and regional learning support services. We support the implementation of the neighborhood principle by offering a wide range of services for learning support. Services can be focused on the needs of individual children or young pupil, or for the needs of an entire work community, municipality, or region. And in this map, you can see our units. The yellow dots are the units across the Finland, and we offer consulting services from the units, and also small Valteri schools operate in connection within each unit. And the white dots, they are satellites, and we offer consulting services from the satellites. Our services cover the whole Finland. We used to have this three-tiered support for learning system, and the three levels of support for learning were general support, intensified support, and special support. General support was a universal preventative tier for all learners. Intensified support provided targeted interventions for moderate needs, and special support was for severe or long-term needs requiring extensive assessment and individualized education plans. Now, the support for learning has changed as of 1st of August 2025 due to new legislation. Basic education is organized and developed in accordance with the principles of inclusion. The principles of inclusion are integrally connected to the implementation of teaching arrangements that support the prerequisites for learning. In inclusive basic education, each pupil can act, develop, and learn as a unique individual and as a member of the community. This serves as the starting point for developing the operational culture. The aim of the reform is to ensure that all children and young people get the support they need in a timely manner throughout their learning paths. The conditions for learning are supported by teaching arrangements, such as the formation of teaching group so that the objectives in instruction can be achieved and teachers can take the needs of the group they are teaching properly into account. Group-specific forms of support are the primary forms of support. They are flexible in nature and are implemented in groups. Support is provided in a planned manner throughout the school year, and no assessment plan or decision is made for the pupil. Group-specific support may include general remedial teaching in the language of instruction, and teaching by a special education teacher in connection with other instruction. The group-specific support will be provided in a flexible and systematic manner throughout the school year. No administrative decision will be issued on it. If the group support forms are not sufficient to support the pupils' learning and school attendance, or if there is the need for regular or long-term support, a pupil is entitled to pupil-specific support in a timely manner and without delay. The organization of individual support requires an assessment, a plan, and an administrative decision. The pupil-specific support will be arranged with the pupil's best interest in mind, primarily at the pupil's own school. These include teaching given partly in a small group, teaching given entirely in a class for pupils with special educational needs, and if necessary, personal interpretation and assistance services. Another objective is to make the decision-making procedures related to support measures clearer and to reduce the obligation of teachers to record entries into documentation on support measures, the number of pedagogical documents for support measures have been reduced, and their preparation process has been streamlined and in such a way that the identification, assessment, and planning of the need for support can be carried out appropriately. School year 25-26 will be transition period. Here you can see what include to group-specific support and pupil-specific support. Constitution of Finland says that everyone has the right to basic education free of charge. We pride ourselves on an educational system that offers equal educational opportunities for all. Education all the way from pre-primary to higher education is free of charge. Valteri's shared paths begin with a consulting visit. Valteri offers support for children and youth along with the adults who work with them. On consulting visits, we support learning, development, school attendance, and ways of participation in one's own learning environment. Consulting visits can also help support the development of the entire work community's expertise. The second stop is a support period. Support periods are suitable for a child or a young person who needs an individualized package of various services to support their schooling, growth, and development. The tailored support period is carried out either at students' own learning environment or in the Valteri school. During the period, we collaboratively build practices to support learning together with Valteri's multidisciplinary professionals and the students' own network. Rehabilitations to support learning. The goal is to improve the child's functional ability to support their learning at different stages of studying. Rehabilitation always supports both the goals of pupils' rehabilitation and learning. Multidisciplinary rehabilitation is available in both individual and group formats. And now my colleague Sanna will continue.
Okay, thank you, Liisa. In this slide, we show how Valteri supports students in many different ways. I would like to clarify right at the beginning of this presentation that in Finland we refer to preschool children as children and to primary school children as students. We receive contact about new child or student matters by letter from a hospital referral, by telephone or email from daycare centers or schools. Guardians can also contact Valteri. The contact is processed by Valteri's nearest referral team, and an assessment is made of what kind of service is needed in the matter of need in question. At the very least, a short consultation can be offered remotely, where the matter in question is answered and advice is given on further organizing the teaching. If the need is such that it's necessary to get to know the student in more detail, a consultation visit from Valteri to a nearby daycare center or school can be arranged. The visit can also be done in multidisciplinary manner. The consultation visit can be followed by a support period at Valteri or implemented locally if the need for cooperation in the students' affairs is longer term, and it's good to implement the services on a longer term and more multidisciplinary basis. If the student clearly needs even longer term support from Valteri, he or she can be accepted for a fixed term student place at Valteri, in principle for 1 academic year. The main services offered by Valteri are presented in this slide. We receive contacts from guardians, hospitals, daycare centers or schools by phone, letter and email. In cooperation with a local daycare center or school, we plan what kind of services at Valteri and what kind of cooperation will serve them. During the consultation visit, individual support is offered to the child or student, and teaching arrangements are assessed and recommendations are made. During the support periods, Valteri's multidisciplinary team supports the staff of the local daycare center and school with pedagogical and rehabilitation expertise. Goal-oriented cooperation is important in order to act in the best interests of the child and to ensure that the support is targeted appropriately. The consultation visit and support period are currently mainly funded by the state and minorly by the local municipality. A temporary student place is intended for students who need longer-term multidisciplinary support in Valteri. In this case, close cooperation is carried out with the staff of the local daycare center or school and the network operating around the child or student. The short remote consultations described in the bottom row support the staff as services that are quickly and affordably available. Training and professional supervision are also forms of support for the staff of the local daycare center and the school. Thank you.
Kiitos.